Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that most people know as a leFH, a leaf blower or a leFH. We know it as Fifi La Pew Pew, and this one is located on the east spawn of Studzianki under the command of RageinHard of the PRAVG clan. I think that's PRAVG, P-R-A-V-G, PRAVG. Yeah, probably it. Okay, he's got a 105mm light field howitzer, capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm of pen, and a burst radius of 1.91 meters. He's gone straight to the aim, hidden himself behind the bushes, and waiting for an enemy to turn up. I think he's looking for a light tank at the moment on one of those bushes. There's usually somebody who'll go to those bushes. They're difficult to spot though, that's the problem. Now, it's a tier 5 game with only tier 5 tanks in it. Looking for a target. Oh, somebody is definitely behind that building. He's firing, snap in, hit the building itself. And in fact, now we can see there's a leopard there. Now, he may have been the guy who actually slipped in by crossing the field. Okay, a number of other enemy tanks have turned up at the centerline area, including a T-34 shielded. And he's dialing in on the spot, but I think that guy's going to move before we get fully dialed in. See an ELC. There's the T-34 shielded. Good job he did dial in and stay in the same area. Rounds out. No, unfortunately he had moved just before the shell came in, but it was accurate enough that it hit the spot where the guy was. So he's likely to get an accurate hit if this guy stays still for any length of time. Rounds out. Oh, that was a hit. It hit the tracks, actually. And now he's picking up damage assist because the guy's stationary and he's gone down. So he gave an assist on that one. Now, I don't think I've heard of RageinHard before. That's probably a new name that's just come in to our attention. But he knew of us, and he sent his replay in so we could do it straight away. This should be accurate. Oh, it was a penetrating shot for a heat round. He didn't get the full, he didn't get a high roll, he got a low roll. Oh, and that hit the tracks, and, well, he's now immobilized. One critical hit, which should always be the tracks. He's looking to see, oh, he's killed him with the next round. So he's got his first kill in the game. And he did it using 3 heat rounds. Okay, we've got a Wolverine trap between the buildings, and just there, trying to see which one it is. 82. Now, the rear of these vehicles isn't so heavily armed, but the front is. And he goes down, but the shell did land very, very close to where the 82 was, and this Panzer IV Ausdruck F2. Oh, he's another kill. He took enough damage from the other tanks that when our shell came in, it struck him directly and was too much. And he's out. So we've got this M10 RBFM over here. Now, the rescue wasn't fully dialed in because he had to change from one end of the map all the way down to the other. And I thought we just saw a bit of destruction going on. So objects are being knocked over. You see, it used to be in the game, there used to be a cheat that allowed people to see where the enemy vehicles were, because of course the destruction they would do, knocking over tracks, knocking over bottles and fences and things like that. Arty doesn't have to do that. Arty can listen and can hear those things being destroyed if they're using battle assistant. You only go over the ground and you can actually hear those things being knocked over. Wargaming never took that sound out of the game. So, oh, he's got another one. He just took out the Churchill 3. Was it Churchill 1, not a Churchill 3. So that's 3 kills now for RageinHard. Yes, they actually kept the noises in, and that gives an Arty player a little advantage because you can look at the particular ground near where you think the enemy tank might be and listen to see if you hear anything being destroyed. On maps with lots of features, lots of bottles and fences, you can hear the enemy vehicles moving about. can't see the bushes being knocked over. You can see the trees being knocked over, but you can't see the bushes being interfered with. Oh, we just found the tracer from the enemy Arty. Now, they've got two, a Gorilla and a PP. The PP, the 105 leFH18B2, fires around in. Oh, he looked away. So no idea if that shell got anywhere near the enemy vehicle because he looked away at the wrong moment. And we always say, people, we want to see what actually happens when the shell's fired. I mean, I can understand if you accidentally lose you press the button too hard and it comes out of aim view. We understand that. That's happened to me a lot of times as well, but it's just how hard I press the button. But please don't do it when by way of habit, because we want to see. Oh, that's what we want to see. We want to see another enemy tank get blown up, and he's killed the Panzer IV Ausführung H, and that's his 4th kill of the game. Okay, another tank coming in. It's a KV-1. A little more difficult to kill than some of the others. And we can kill that IKV. Now, he's a fair distance away. Even though the roof is in the way there, I think we probably hit the roof. KV-1 made the mistake of finding our Churchill one. But our position makes it difficult to get a shot. He's got the 85mm gun. That's why he was able to take out the Churchill one so easily. You can usually tell the gun. Oh, that was a heat round. Yep, you get a red tracer as it hits and makes a. When it impacts the ground, it doesn't explode as such. It just causes a fire. Now he's going down to use this house as cover. He's going to go around it a bit further. Right, this should change his angle on that KV-1, but there's only one teammate left in this game, and that happens to be our Gorilla. So we're all alone, and we're anticipating the enemy's going to come straight for us. All of our teammates got wiped out. There's 4 on the enemy team, so we're outnumbered 2-1. He's changing his angle just slightly. Now he does have a 390-meter view range, and he's knocking the tree. Is he knocking the tree down? I get the feeling he has actually just knocked the tree down. No, he hasn't. I was wrong. Okay, I accept I'm wrong. Here comes the KV-1. That's a good hit. A couple more like that, please. And there's the Gorilla having a go. We lose sight of him, but it was a direct hit. Definitely got a direct hit. And now the KV-1's firing his 85mm back. Got a low roll there for 168. But he does know where we are, and the IKV's come and he's just killed our Gorilla. Or is it the enemy PP who killed it? It was the enemy PP. The IKV just found him. So we're now 1 against 4. 4-1. Just missing out on a Kolobanov, I'm afraid. The IKV's coming in for the death shot. Not today, Mr. IKV, but we did get spotted. And the KV-1 tried to get us, so did the Arty, but he failed. The KV-1 is still some distance away. That was the enemy Gorilla, I think. How did I tell the difference? Well, I can't really be certain for sure. Oh, he's managed to manually shotgun the KV-1. And he misses a heat round coming in from the enemy there, because there was no explosion. And that, yes, it's definitely heat rounds. That's the PP firing at him with heat, and hoping that he's going to get a hit. You can see where the KV-1's round went in on the gun shield right at the front. So now it's 1 versus 2, Arty versus Arty. And again, this shows the strength of Arty in a battle. Even when all the enemy tanks have been wiped out, it comes down in the end to who's the better Arty player. And I have a feeling here that RageinHard is going to enjoy this. He's setting himself up on an ambush. He wants the enemy to try and come to our cap area. Then once they situate themselves nicely in the cap, he can hit them really hard wipe them out with just one shot. Now, with any luck, it'll be the Gorilla who turns up first, although they're both about the same speed. The Gorilla is not a particularly fast vehicle because it's based on the same chassis as the Panzer Achtung D, the Hetzer hull. And here comes the Gorilla, just as I said. He's got a maximum speed of 42 kilometers an hour, so he's actually relatively fast. But of course, the Fifi is much slower. And he gets him hit. 180 hit points with his first shot. Now, rear quiet. He's got him in sights. And the kill shot goes in. Now, it would have been very cheeky, actually, if he'd actually let the guy cap and then waited for him to build up 70 cap points and then whack him. But he might have gone and sat himself behind that house. Which obviously on Studzianki, you should try and destroy that house at the start of a battle, because it does provide cover for anyone who happens to be cheekily capping behind it. But he doesn't have to worry about the house now. He's wiped out the Gorilla, and now it's mano a mano with the other Fifi. And I'm pretty certain that other guy's on the move. Now, did he spot us? Yes, he did. So he's behind us. He knows where we are. It's going to be a duel now between us. Now he is moving, but he fires. Oh! Now that, I think, was a heat round fired at us. And we're manoeuvring to try and throw him off. We might go unspotted now. He's gone unspotted. He's still firing at us, but missing. Now, will we get spotted when we go past those bushes? No, we weren't spotted, but he's been spotted. And his sixth sense will be telling him, screaming at him, you've been seen, but you can't see him. So now he's hiding behind that house. Well, there's two ways we can play this. We can stay in the bushes or even move from one site to another, and he's thinking about that. Or we could go up and try and get close to the guy and hit him, or try and get an angle on him. Getting an angle on him from a distance will be difficult. He might try the same on us, but he's got to cross that gap. And that gap's going to be difficult for him to do it. There's a gap down the south. He's been spotted again. It's been reacquired. What's he going to do? No, he's welded to that building. He knows that he's been spotted, and he knows as well that if he moves from behind the building, he could be targeted and wiped out. What he doesn't know at the moment is that RageinHard is trying to get a better angle on him. And there he is. He's out in the field. We've got a shot. We can do it. He did it. He did it. He's won. That's a Radley's. Just recently, we've been doing a lot of Radley Walters winning games, but this one, well, it felt personal. That was an ace tanker for RageinHard of PRAVG in the 105 leFH18B2 on Studzianki. He managed to get a counter-battery fire medal because he took out both enemy SPGs, the Gorilla and the Fifi. He also got a duelist for taking down two tanks who damaged him, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He got a Radley Walters medal. He killed 8 enemy vehicles in his Arty. He also got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. His win rate from that one, 10,768, which is Super Unicum standard. Very, very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he is. Well, he's definitely higher than the damage with 2,235. The next highest scorer, well, didn't even get over 2,000 hit points, and that was the M10 RBFM on his team, who actually picked up a Confederate and 1,961 hit points of damage. Third highest damage turned out to be the KV-1 on the enemy team with 1,888, and I think that's down to the fact that he was using the 85mm gun, which does considerable damage. And when it came to kills, yep, he's got that one too. 8 kills go to RageinHard. The next highest scorer was the KV-1 with 4 kills. The third place was the Fifi on the enemy team, who managed 3. Made a big mistake pulling back from those bushes the way he did, I think he was probably trying to disengage, but he didn't realize that RageinHard had actually changed his position, moved further south to get a better angle so he could possibly shoot at the guy. And when he pulled back, he actually went straight into vision. And, well, his sixth sense would have been screaming at him. He should have driven back up to the house again for cover. But no, he made a big mistake staying where he was. And RageinHard, well, he capitalized on it and won the game. And when it comes to base XP, he's got that one too. In fact, he's got the top in all three columns. 1,252 base experience points goes to RageinHard. 1,092 goes to the M10 RBFM. And the next highest scorer only had 588. That's the BT42 on our team. Only 588. That's less than half the damage. That's less than half the base XP, rather, I should say, that RageinHard managed to get on that one. Very, very well played. Let's have a look at detail. 25 shots fired. Only half his ammunition. He actually he saved a lot of ammo, and he could have carried on for a long time. He was very careful with his shots, and yes, he did. After a few shots right at the start of the game where he didn't actually dial it in fully, you could see he was using his technique. He was getting it. He finally, when he got that T-34 shielded, once he wounded the guy and other people took it out, he was then taking it the dial in on the enemy tanks to get it just precise, and picking his targets as well. 14 direct hits on the enemy, 7 penetrations, and 7 splash. 2,235 hit points of damage, of which 1,032 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of damage was done at close range. 2 hits were received. One was penetrating shot. That was from the KV-1. And one was a non-penetration. Well, he did get hit by the enemy Fifi. And that was a heat round, actually. 1 enemy vehicle spotted. That would have been either the Gorilla or the Fifi. 9 enemy vehicles damaged. 8 destroyed, 152 hit points of damage resistance. That was the T-34 shielded at the start of the game. He also managed to get 6 defense points because, of course, the Gorilla was actually sitting in the cap. And it would have been funny, actually, if he'd left the Gorilla sitting in the cap, so he could actually collect a defender medal as well. But there was too much risk that the guy might decide to park behind the building. And so, yes, what he did to take the guy out straight away was probably the safe thing to do, because he didn't want to have to destroy the building first and then get the Gorilla and allow the Gorilla an easy shot on him. On a premium count, he actually made 12,041 credits profit, and he also picked up 13,897 experience points out of that one, including a mission completion of 11,268. What a great game that was. It really did feel personal, because at the end of the game, 1-on-1 with another Fifi, the fact that they both spotted each other, they both saw each other, it was then who had the best tactical brain. And in this case, it was definitely RageinHard, because he knew exactly what he needed to do. Change the angle, get a better angle on the guy, and then when the guy makes a mistake, as he did, as he pulled back, then RageinHard could see him, and that's when he got the kill shot. And it was a lovely kill shot as well. One shot, it must have hit the gun shield and wiped him out completely. So an incredibly good game. Congratulations to RageinHard on this one. I'm sure he's very, very happy that it was 1 versus 4. If only it had been 1 versus 5, I think, yes, he would have happily welcomed a Kolobanov as well. But 1 versus 4 is almost as difficult. So, yes, because you know that you've got the pressure on, even though you don't get the medal at the end of it. But I'm sure, yes, a lot of you will be happy with that one. If you did like this video, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.